Long ago, in the quiet village of Umwaka, a strange child was born. His mother, Adaku, always said that her son, Obinna, had eyes too sharp for his age. By the time he was 7, Obinna startled the villagers with the things he said. He would look into a man's face and reveal his hidden thoughts. "Papa Kane, you are angry because your goat ate Mama Neka's cassava," he once announced at the village square. The man turned pale, for Obinna had spoken the truth he had told no one. Soon people came from far and near to test the boy. No matter the trick, Obinna's words always pierced the heart. Some called him a blessing. Others whispered that such power was not of man but of spirits. As he grew older, his fame spread beyond Umwaka. Songs were composed about the boy who could read thoughts, and even neighboring kings heard of him. But Obinna never imagined that his gift would one day bring him close to both power and death. One hot afternoon, a messenger from the great King Ejike arrived in the village. He rode a horse draped in red cloth and carried the king's royal staff. He declared before the villagers, "The king requests the presence of Obinna, the one who hears thoughts, for the enemies of the throne are many." Obinna's mother wept, fearing palace life would corrupt her son, but Obinna was eager. When he arrived at the palace, the king welcomed him with open arms. "From today you will serve as my eyes where I cannot see and my ears where words are hidden," King Ejik proclaimed. Obinna knelt, promising loyalty. From then on, he became the king's secret weapon. Whenever traitors were brought before the throne, Obinna read their thoughts, exposing plots before they unfolded. Within months, assassinations were foiled, poisonings prevented, and spies caught. Obinna became both feared and respected, draped in fine clothes, eating from golden plates. But in the shadows, his heart began to grow restless. The forbidden curiosity power intoxicates. Obinna had once been humble, but with his new life, pride crept into his heart. He began using his gift not just for the king's enemies, but for his own pleasure. One evening, he overheard the thoughts of the queen as she sat in her chamber. She thought of a secret that no man was meant to know, her longing for another man before she married the king. Obinna shivered but smiled wickedly. That night he walked through the palace, carelessly listening to the secret desires of women, the hidden fears of guards, and the private dreams of servants. But the gods are not mocked. His gift was sacred, given with a purpose. By misusing it, he broke the unseen covenant. The next morning, when a suspected traitor was brought before the king, Obinna stood confidently. He gazed into the man's eyes, waiting for thoughts to flood his mind. Silence. For the first time, he heard nothing. His power was gone. Fear clutched Obinna's chest. If the king discovered his secret, his life would end instantly. So he chose to deceive. "The man is guilty," he declared, though he had no evidence. The accused wept, swearing innocence, but the king trusted Obinna. The man was executed the next day. Soon after, another case arose. Obinna lied again, falsely declaring loyalty in a man who was indeed a traitor. The man was rewarded with land and titles, only to betray the king weeks later. Whispers spread across the palace. Some said the seer was losing his edge. Others feared he was playing dangerous games. But Obinna continued pretending, hoping no one would dare question him. At night he prayed, begged the gods to return his gift, but the silence in his head remained. And then, one fateful day, the king decided to test him personally. The royal court gathered under the great Hiroko tree in the palace courtyard. The air was heavy with tension. The king, dressed in a robe of lion skin, looked down at Obinna with piercing eyes. "Today," King Ejike thundered, "you will prove your gift once and for all. Look into my mind and tell me what I am thinking." Obinna's heart raced. Sweat trickled down his back. He forced himself to look into the king's eyes, praying for a whisper of thought, a shadow of truth. But there was nothing. The court grew restless. The king leaned forward. "Well, Obinna, what lies in my heart?" Trembling, Obinna stammered, "My king, you are thinking of... Silence. The king slammed his staff on the ground. "Lies! If you truly had the gift, you would know that I was thinking of the death of my own father this morning." Gasps filled the air. The truth was out. Obinna was exposed. The palace guards seized Obinna instantly. He fell to his knees, begging for mercy. "My king, forgive me. The gift was taken from me by the gods. I only wanted to serve you still." But the king's face was as hard as stone. "You betrayed my trust. You deceived this throne. Because of your lies, innocents have died and traitors have thrived." The villagers, once in awe of Obinna, now spat in anger. Mothers wailed for sons wrongly killed, while others cursed his name. The king raised his hand. Let it be known, a gift is a sacred thing. Misuse it and even the gods will abandon you. Obinna shall face death at sunrise. As the guards dragged him away, Obinna wept, not for his life, but for the gift he had lost forever. His story became a warning told in Umwaka for generations. Power without discipline brings destruction.